Hello LEGO fans, welcome back to LEGO 48. In my last video, I had just figured out how to redesign my S-curve lifter to be more reliable. I'm still waiting for the 40-tooth gears that I need, but in the meantime, I wanted to talk about the spacer that will feed the lifter. As you can see from the blueprint, I want the spacer to feed balls into every other slot in the spinners. There's two reasons for this. First, the output from the lifter has to be 1 ball per second. If I ran a ball in every single slot, I would have to cut the rotation speed of the spinners in half, and I really like the way the faster rotation looks a little bit better. Second, I want to have the extra slot available just in case there's a misfeed and a ball accidentally ends up in a neighboring slot. So, in order to ensure synchronization, I'm going to power the lifter, and then I'll use a chain to drive the spacer off the first gear. I can use a longer axle, and I'll add a 24-tooth gear. That will connect via chain to a 16-tooth gear, which will turn 50% faster. That means that if the spinner makes one full turn, with 3 slots passing the starting point, the butterfly wheel will go around a turn and a half. Its 2 slots passing the starting point 3 times as well. Now I'm synchronized, but the butterfly wheel is rotating in the wrong direction. And this would feed 1 ball into every spinner slot. Fortunately, I can fix both issues by adding a 2-to-1 reduction gear. To do that, I'll move this axle and add a 12-tooth gear, and then I'll have that drive a 24-tooth gear on the butterfly wheel. Now the butterfly wheel is rotating in the correct direction, and there are 2 lifter slots going by for each slot on the spacer. Putting it all together, I've built a small demo unit to show how this is all going to work. Since this is just a simple demo, I didn't bother hooking a motor up to it, so it's just going to be cranked by hand. And there we go. As long as there are balls in the hopper, the spacer is feeding them into the lifter, hitting every other space in the spinners. If we look at it in slow motion, we can see the balls hitting the spinner in the same spot every time. The timing isn't exactly what I want. The balls are coming very close to hitting the spinner bar as it comes down. So I'm going to rotate one of the drive gears by a tooth or two to improve the timing a little. Let's try again, and yeah, that looks better. The timing is a little inconsistent, but that's because I'm not turning the crank consistently. When I do the big lifter, it's going to be driven by a motor, so that won't be a problem. I'm really happy with how this is working. Once the additional gears get here, I'll be able to build the full-size lifter and tie it into my other project. That will be my next video. See you soon!